and then we'll go straight into the 2-minute offense. So I did talk about NFL players getting arrested last week. 4 NFL players. Now we got another guy, a former NFL player, getting arrested, and I would be wrong for not bringing him up. So Ryan Leaf was arrested. Now, for those of you that don't know Ryan Leaf, probably considered one of the biggest draft busts of all time, was drafted 2nd overall in 1998 to the San Diego Chargers, right behind Peyton Manning, obviously who went to the Colts. So according to ESPN, former quarterback and current ESPN college football analyst Ryan Leaf was arrested Friday on a charge of misdemeanor domestic battery. Leaf was arrested around 2 p.m. in Palm Desert, California, and booked into the Larry D. Smith Correctional Facility of the Riverside County Sheriff Department, according to the online jail record. So it sounds like Ryan Leaf is no longer going to be employed by ESPN. Obviously, whether he's innocent or guilty, it's already in the court of public opinion. So that is already in a situation where you're bringing bad press to ESPN and Disney. Now, we know Disney likes to, keep that clean type of, image, and something like this, unfortunately for Ryan Leaf, as a guy who doesn't really bring much to the ESPN college football role. I mean, he's not a guy that they actually need. He's not, one of those guys that you can't be without. He's likely to lose his job with ESPN. Again, I'm all for second chances, so I'm not going to call for this man to get arrested. But obviously, as more information comes out, obviously if this is true, then ESPN has to let him go, because you can't have somebody like that there. But hopefully, they get it figured out. Hopefully this is not true and he lands on his feet. So I'll leave it at that. And speaking of someone getting arrested, this person is not getting arrested, so that's good. It's breaking a streak of bad news for him. So Aldon Smith was actually reinstated by the NFL this week. According to Todd Archer of ESPN, defensive end Aldon Smith will get to make his first impression on the Dallas Cowboys on Tuesday, now that he has been conditionally reinstated to the NFL, can now participate in the team's virtual offseason program. So for those of you that don't know Aldon Smith, again, I'm not going to go into his whole record. It's well documented, but he was a 7th overall pick in 2011 to the San Francisco 49ers. In his first 2 seasons, 33.5 sacks, breaking Reggie White's record. And his last game was played in 2015. So he's been out of football. He will be out of football 5 years before he takes his next snap. Again, his last game he played was in 2015. That's how much trouble he was getting in. It was actually a sad story to see, somebody that was essentially, could have been, I'm not going to say he could have been the next Lawrence Taylor, but those numbers that he was putting up in his first 2 seasons before he started getting into trouble, as well with the drug charges and everything, arrest that was being made to him. This guy was, again, first 2 seasons, 33.5 sacks. I don't think you guys understand how crazy that is. That's almost 17 sacks per season in his first 2 years. I think one of those years they went to the Super Bowl. So I think he was with Justin Smith, was on the other end. But man, Aldon Smith, when he came into the league out of Missouri, the dude was a baller. I mean, again, it was a sad story that he couldn't get right, kept getting in trouble. But I'm glad that he's getting his second chance as far as in the NFL. Obviously, he's had multiple chances with the law, but getting his second official chance with the NFL is a good story to see. He's going to the Dallas Cowboys, so I don't career-wise. I mean, hopefully he does well, but just not against the Eagles. So again, I'm rooting for Aldon Smith as a person, as a player for the Cowboys. It is what it is, So, and then lastly, for the 2-minute warning, so Patrick Ewing actually tested positive for the coronavirus. So I do want to send my prayers to him and his family. Hopefully he stays safe. Hopefully he stays, socially distant, and hopefully he gets past this without anything happening. So, again, sending prayers to Patrick Ewing. Thanks for stopping by. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more fire sports takes. And for those of you who are on the go, make sure you subscribe to our full show, which airs every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and a bunch more. Until then, I'm chucking it up, and I'll see you guys next time.